Grace Church's 2011 production of Godspell not only touched the hearts of audience members, but spurred on new friendships from within the cast and crew. Laurie Seiler was choreographer of the show, while Cassie Anderson was a cast member. It wasn't long before they became aware of their commonalities, and a friendship began to develop between the two of them. As time has passed, Laurie has solidified a relationship with Cassie and her husband Blake that has taken deep roots, as both friends have accompanied each other through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Today, their ongoing relationship displays the profound impact they have had on each other's lives.
She's really impacted my life in the way of really becoming a sister, somebody that I can lean on, that I don't have to put pretense to, that she can be there in the worst moments and all the ugly crying and everything like that. And she just really allows me to be who I am in whatever moment that is. And I think that's a rare person to find that connection with.
I probably would agree. Because I don't tend to let people in consistently or easily. And so the reason our friendship, it took so many years for us to really get to this point is because of that. But I think the fact that both of us stuck with each other through so many things that were ugly and not pretty, and they were not the good parts of life, but we both realized, hey, this person's not gonna go anywhere. They're not judging me, but they're calling me to something better. They're not pointing fingers at me, but they're coming alongside me and walking with me, and that happened consistently time after time. And so when you see that consistency in somebody, then you realize, okay, you know what, I'm actually safe and this person can't come all the way in. There's very few people in my life that I allow all the way in, and she's one of them.
I feel like it's kind of impacted our family in the sense that her being an only child, and then I have two brothers, and one of them's in Chicago and the other is all the way on the other side of Carmel. We just don't see them that much. So from like an aunt or uncle standpoint, they really don't have a ton of involvement. So she stepped into it in very much the way your like ideal like cool aunt is like. Nice. So she's got that, and it's taken time because our kids really don't like open up to people really quick, and so. It takes time, and she's put the time into that, and it's really become Aunt Lori to the kids, and so that's been a huge blessing to have somebody else that is kind of like of the village, but like a really close part of that village that's
and has consistently taken time.
More than us, really involved in their lives and that they look up to, but is a godly influence in their lives. So,
finding a huge sense of value in developing their relationship, they have discovered a deep connection of community by simply doing life together.
As a single person in the church, for me specifically, coming into Grace was very overwhelming, and so a lot of people, and so really finding a smaller group to be with and then finding somebody that you can really connect with, it has created it really is a family. It's created community for me. It's found where, going home every night to a house that's just me, is when I come to church, it's coming to family. It's coming to it's coming to a second home. And then also finding with Cassie and Blake, this is a second home for me. And, it's learning life together. It's doing life together and all the messiness that it is. And I think as a follower of Jesus Christ, we need to do that because that's what we are meant to do. We are meant to be in relationship with other people, whatever that relationship looks like.
And with Blake and I being married, we have our own dynamic we have 3 young children, and to have Lori in our lives, she brings a totally different perspective for us. And for me, she brings a totally different perspective, and she helps me, to be honest, remember who I am outside of being a wife and a mom as well, which is really important because sometimes we forget our calling. It's not just to be a wife and a mom, it's also to be a lot of other things. And so she's helped me remember that.
With the experience of doing life together, each one of their lives has been radically changed simply through the love and appreciation they share for one another.
for her, she allows me, she's allowed me in. She's allowed me to be an aunt to her children. And I love her heart for people and her concern for me in moments where most people don't. I think being a single person, some people kind of just sometimes overlook feelings, and she's very cognizant of those and is very much, checking on me and are you okay, and just making sure that I'm doing okay sometimes when, life happens and just moves forward. So I just really appreciate her in all aspects of that.
I think the biggest thing for me is you get this stigma. It's a lot of times about single people just can't connect with the married people, and there's definitely hurdles there, but I think it's not impossible, and it's not, and there's such a valuable role that she's able to plug into our kids' lives that even if my siblings live closer, we wouldn't get, just
because they have their own families.
They have their own families and stuff. You can't put a price or a value on that kind of a relationship in your family and the impact that has on your family.